Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is I, your strategic partner, Ali Mehdaoui with Mehdaoui Enterprise, with yet another incredible training that I have prepared for you. And today is a good one. Do you struggle with closing in your business? I mean, you may have a brand, you may be going forward and you're prospecting, and maybe you joined us on yesterday's prospecting webinar, which was absolutely unbelievable. We had some incredible individuals on, and obviously we know we appreciate it every single time you join us and you give us the opportunity to work with you. I don't think I have sound. Can you check if I have sound? Hello, hello. Checking 1, 2. Yes, I do. All right. Well, first of all, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to be in here with you, Ali Mehdaoui. And I got a good one for you. You know, I was doing this little bit of sound check, and I wanted to make sure that you can hear me loud and clear. So tell me a little bit about you. Drop a number 1 if you're an entrepreneur, and then drop a number 2 if you struggle with closing in your business. Is that something that you desperately need help with? I mean, essentially closing your business is going to help you create the right budgets, cash flow that you need, and a whole lot more. Wouldn't you agree with me on that? I would too. But let's go ahead and go over a couple of myths, because there's a myth, many of them, about closing, and then I'm going to share with you what I was taught by some of the greats such as Ray Higdon, Bob Heilig, who are multiple 7-figure earners in their own training companies, and they happen to be my mentors as well, which I'm super excited about. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So myth number 1 about closing: you have to be a hard closer. You gotta be tough. You can't let them take on that next word. You gotta take over. If they say something, just shun them against the wall. If they say something, just be this tough guy or tough woman. Well, that's a myth. It's actually a turnoff. Most people do not like to be sold, and if you have that ability of being a hard closer, you may bring somebody that one time, but they will cancel, they will return, they will not just do business with you. I mean, remember the last time somebody hard closed you? The next thing is, you have to change who you are in order to be a closer. Actually, that is a myth as well. See, the more you are yourself, the more people are going to relate to you. And if you have a brand message that is accurate and understand your culture and your demographic, you'll never have to change who you are, because you're going to attract people who are just like you, think just like you, act like you, speak like you. Therefore, that transaction is a lot easier because you don't have to close anybody. The next piece is tell the truth. See, some people think that, oh, you don't have to say all the truth. This is a huge issue in the sales world, where people will overhype things, over-exaggerate, right? They'll tell you, oh, this is the last thing you'll ever see. There's nothing like it before or after, yada, 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 yada. That ends up setting up not only the wrong expectation, but it is creating that too good to be true mindset for your prospect. Therefore, your prospect is automatically on the mindset of, I don't know, this just sounds too good to be true. Maybe I should do a little bit of research, right? Let me just look into it. Oh yeah, I'll check out your website. That's because they felt that the trust that they were looking for was not established. So again, that is a myth. Another myth is great closers have no fear. Let me help you out with that. Great closers are nervous just like a brand new person in the business. Myself, and I've been very, very blessed in the business world. Every time I'm talking to somebody about, so I'd love to work with you. If this makes sense, we can make the move right now. Those are my nerves speaking. That's me going through the emotion as well, just like you. I go through the emotional roller coaster. I got hopes and admirations and dreams, and you know, I'm afraid that they're gonna get shattered by a no, just like you. It's just my recovery system is a lot faster than most because I've been through this for 9 years in a row. So again, that is a myth. Closers, I don't care who you are, we all have something that we are afraid of. Otherwise, I mean, why don't we pick up the phone and call those 7-figure earner or 8-figure earner? I mean, there are some incredible people in the marketplace. We don't call them because we have those fears that are holding us back as well. Now that we got the myths out of the way, now we're going to talk about the closing itself. So, ready? Drop a number one if you need to learn how to close in business. Maybe you're doing a phenomenal job presenting your business. Maybe you're attracting the right people, but for some reason, no one is really biting when you're trying to go for the close. It's not that you don't have what it takes. It's that you may not have been taught the right way or never been taught how to close at all, right? You're always dependent on someone else to do it for you, and that availability of that someone else is no more, or it's no longer what it used to be. So let me help you out a little bit. And this one, I learned it about 6 weeks ago. It changed my whole perspective on different things. It made me human again in my business. And it was such a smooth conversation that will allow you to bring someone to you. And here's the fact. This will increase your closing ratio by 50%. And if your closing ratio is 0, congratulations. You're going to close more, period. All right. So the first piece is always point to a tool or an event. Always point to a tool or an event, a video, an audio, another speaker, something else outside than you. If your mouth is speaking about what you are projecting to the masses, you're automatically going to put yourself in a situation to be the expert. Now, if the individuals that are you're talking to, as far as your prospects go, sense that you may be the expert, they will ask you questions that only an expert should answer. And therefore, you're doing two things. One, you may put yourself against the wall and you won't be able to answer those questions. Now you look like a rookie, and there goes that trust factor. The other piece is, if you are trying to bring them into your business, for example, in network marketing, what ends up happening is they start thinking, I have to do what you're doing. Now, they're not going to say that to you, but they're going to say, yeah, I'll think about it. What that really means, I do not want to do what you're doing right now. I do not have the time to learn everything that you're learning. So that's why it's extremely important for you first to always point to a tool or an event. The second thing, and this is where the closing really begins. You ask a question. Hey, what did you like best? What did you like best? What do you like about this? What do you like about that? That piece itself is going to give you a positive answer, and positive answer only. See, some of you make a mistake of saying, what do you think? What did you think, right? Those are situations that you're creating a whole perception from everything about your profession or industry or product or service from everyone else that came in before you. So do not say, what did you think? Because here's what, well, I think it's good. However, my uncle said this and my uncle went through that. No. Hey, what did you like best about what you saw? What did you like best about what I just shared with you? What was your favorite part about this video, this tool? See, when you're doing that, again, you're going to get a positive response about what you have done right now. What I introduced to you right now. What I have shared with you right now, right? So you're limiting that conversation to only a positive conversation and only to them the information that you were just sharing with them. Now, two things are going to happen. They're either going to give you a positive response, which we'll talk about in a second, or they're going to give you a negative response. I didn't like anything. I didn't like this. I didn't like this. I didn't like that. How many of you would agree? Give us some hearts if this is something that you encounter where people say like, yeah, no, I don't like that. Like, you show them everything perfect, but they still find something that they're going to say they don't like. Well, guess what? That's okay when you get that negative response. Here's what you got to do. What were you hoping to see? What were you hoping to see? See, what you're doing is you're identifying what they're looking for. Instead of wasting your time and trying to overcome objections and obstacles, just find what they're looking for. Hey, what were you hoping to see? Simple. And close that mouth. Let them tell you what they were hoping to see. Some of them are going to say, I was hoping to see something that has this and has this and has this and has this and has that. And you take notes. You write it down. You write it down. You write it down. And here's your opportunity. Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. You may have missed that we actually do that. And here is how. And you go back to the place of your business that provides that answer. Or a three-way call with an expert. man, you may have missed it. You know, maybe the video didn't do a good job, but just because out of respect to you, hold on a second. Let me get you that very same thing you're looking for. Get an expert on the line. Hey, Mr. Joe, I have with me so on and so forth in the line, and he or she is looking for this, and that. They just took a look at our video, and I knew for a fact that we can deliver, but I just would rather he hears it from an expert and an established executive within the company. Let that person, remember, if you're doing the talking about the exposure itself, you are making a mistake. But when you point at a tool, a video, an event, or let another person do the work for you, it's part of their process. It's part of their thinking to say, I can do what Ali just has done with me. I can have somebody else work for me. I can point at a video or at a tool. The next piece, and if they insist, right, even if you share with them that and they still say, nah, I don't think this is for me. Yeah, I really don't see it. Guess what? Hey, that's okay, but just out of curiosity, write this down. Why did you agree to watch this video? Or why did you agree to listen to the audio? Or why did you agree to come with me to this event? Again, you're looking for the pain. You're looking for their reason why. Instead of trying to overcome the rebuttals and the objections and so on and so forth, ask the question, hey, what do you agree? And they're going to say, well, to be honest with you, things are not so well financially, and I was hoping to see if there's something like this or something like that. Guess what? I'm so sorry. You may have missed, based on what they just shared with you. Let me get an expert on the line. Just based on what you just shared with me, I respect you enough, and I really want to make sure that I did not do a bad job with introducing you to what we do. Let that expert do the work and let them know ahead of time. Here's what they're looking for, here's what they're looking for, and here's what they're looking for before you merge the call. Now, when you get positive, that's what you want to be, right? When they give you that positive, let them know, oh, I like that too. So when you say, hey, what did you like best about my book collection that we're selling? Oh, I loved The Lion Network Marketer, available now on Barnes & Noble and Amazon. Wink, wink, right? So guess what? Oh, I like that too. Create connection, create relatability. Oh, I like that too. Why is that important to you? So don't just assume that they're ready to get started. Now you just established a connection. Now you have to affirm and confirm their mindset. Why is that important to you? Right? Again, look for the pain. Look for the reason why. Hey, what did you like about what you saw today? Oh, I love the fact that I can make residual income. Why is that important to you? Because I never got it in the past and I know that my job is not promised tomorrow. Okay, great. Sounds to me like you're ready to get started. That is the next line. It sounds to me like you're ready to get started. Again, what did you like best? Or what did you like from what you saw? They're going to tell you what they liked. Immediately after that, you say, I like that too. Why is that something important to you? Once they say to you, oh, it's because X, Y, Z, great. It sounds to me like you're ready to get started. Immediately, once they say that, what's your first name? What's your last name? Don't just send your website. No, get on your website and help them out personally with the enrollment. Sounds great. What's your address? Oh, I got you covered. You'll get an email with all this information as a receipt. And enter all that information. Don't just send the website with the hopes that they're going to do it. No, you do it right away. You do it with them right away. Show them that I got your back. We started already. Now, if you say, it sounds to me like you are ready to get started, and then they say, oh, no, not yet. Oh, no, not yet. Guess what? Oh, gosh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have assumed. I really am. You know, based on what you just shared with me, I thought that we were ready to go. You know, may I just ask, you know, why did you come across and see every one of these information and took the time and really talk to my expert if you're not ready to get started? Like, what is stopping you from making that move that you know for a fact you need to make, right? Ask those questions. Create that emotional touch. Oh, it's this or it's that. Oh, okay. Now, listen, I completely get it. But you might have missed that we have a solution for that as well. Let me show you. Point to a video. Go to a compensation plan. Go to a testimonial. Show somebody else's business. Whatever you have to do so you can address what's important to them. It's not about overcoming objections. That's what a salesperson does. You're not a sales rep. you are an entrepreneur, a CEO, an executive, somebody who is high skilled, incredible at every single level possible, right? Now, here's the thing. Every single day, as I promised you, and by the way, does that information help you out a little bit? If it does, not only give us thumbs up, but we are expecting you to give us some love back by sharing this information, because there are many people who are suffering in silence, and you are the solution to them. So we're going to give you the positive note from the secret daily teachings. You ready for it? Right, ready if you are, because I want to give you all the answers. Here we go. Look for the gifts in everything, especially when you are facing what appears to be a negative situation. Everything that we attract causes us to grow, which means that ultimately everything is for our own good. That is deep, deep, deep. Adjusting to a new path and a new direction will require new qualities and strength. That's why you got to grow all the time. And these qualities are always exactly what we need to acquire in order to accomplish the great things ahead in our life. That is so powerful, and that is so true in every single way. You want to expect greatness to come to you, you got to work on your qualities to receive it, right? You got to work on the positivity. I believe that God doesn't give you something unless you're ready for it, and the law of the universe is an example of that. You are not going to get anything until you fix your stinking thinking, right? You can get the best car in the world, but if you're not the best driver and you're not going to take care of it and the oil changes and so on and so forth, you're not ready for that car. So make sure you adjust that mindset of yours. And that was the notes from the Secrets Daily Teaching of today. Now, I'm not going to be around for the rest of the day or tomorrow, actually all the way until Sunday, well, at least for business. But you will still see me on social media, Insta stories, and everywhere, because my wife and I are having our baby shower for our baby boy Sebastian tomorrow night. So we have to go and prepare, and I'm actually taking the lights of the studio and a whole lot of stuff that we're going to be using. So we're taking some personal family time. I hope I'm allowed. I hope you give me that. Can I have a day and a half? Is that okay? Or 2 days maybe? I'd appreciate that. But we will be catching back up with you when we get back. And obviously, just keep an eye on our YouTube page, SoundCloud, LinkedIn, Facebook. Wherever there is internet, you will find us, and you will find Mehdaoui Enterprise. And we look forward to working with you. And by the way, one last announcement. We've premiered yesterday our very first webinar of this month of May, and it's all about prospecting. And if you were in it, you know how powerful that was. If you are not in it, well, guess what? You are 100% welcome to join us this Tuesday, because we're doing it again at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is available for registration right now. Just go to workwithali.com/prospect. That is workwithali.com/prospect, or just simply click on learn more, and it'll redirect you into the actual website itself to register. You will not be able to get in the actual webinar unless you register, because once it goes live, it locks everybody out that is not registered. So we will see you on Tuesday night. Well, probably before then, but on the webinar at least, we'll see you Tuesday night. Take care, everybody.